Hey, what up, guys? Thrax33 here, bringing you episode 42. I believe this is 42, maybe not, maybe so. 43. So, quick talk about the gameplay. This is basically another one of those races I had to do, where you have to do a circuit thing, and, And so basically, the video is still going to continue on from E3. This is going to be the last press conference, probably one of the last E3 videos. Might be one more, depending. But, so Square Enix. It's the last one. That was the last, not official press conference, but, last one we all care about. Just kidding. But anyways, I'll talk about that later. So Square Enix. There's not too much hype behind this. A few things there was, but most of it's not too much. First thing they showed off was boom, new Just Cause 3 coming out. Very awesome, crazy ass trailer, high action, a lot of explosives, and it's a gameplay trailer. And it's crazy. It's coming out this year too, so it's pretty awesome. December 1st. So if you liked Just Cause games, then this one's for you. It looks a lot of fun. I'll probably get it. Maybe not release date, but I will get it. Next thing they showed off was a huge thing, obviously. Kingdom Hearts 3. That's right, Kingdom Hearts 3. Still very little knowledge, but they did show off a new gameplay footage, which showed. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Little cut off there. So basically, Kingdom Hearts 3 gets new gameplay footage. It featured Sora coming, and he was off doing some things. And other people with like Duck and Donald and Goofy. They're fighting off some Heartless in different environments, different areas. That's all it really showed. And there was this kind of like CGI trailer of two people talking, not sure who they were. But they're talking about like the Great Wars, the Great Kingdom Hearts Wars, or whatever. So that's all they show off. No release date or nothing. They just showed off so it's probably still long off production if they don't have a release date yet for that. So, depending on how much they showed off, they didn't really talk about it. It might be another year. Might be assuming here, but probably won't come out until maybe late 2016. I'm assuming at this point, because everything that was announced was pretty much coming out either late this year or early next year. So with no release date. Not even like 2016 or anything. It's probably not going to come out for a while, sadly. Very, very sad. It's probably not going to come out until maybe late 16 or maybe early 2017. Which is going to suck, but I know that game's been going through some rough times too. So anyways, still pretty hyped for it. Okay, so next thing, Square Enix showed off new gameplay trailer for the new Deus Ex game called Mankind Divided, and it's set to release early 2016 for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. It's really cool game looking. I did like Deus Ex, the most recent one that came out in like 2012, I think it was. I never beat it, but I played it. It was a lot of fun. I want to continue to beat it. And I might play the earlier games too, maybe one day. Maybe. So yeah, pretty hyped for that. Sequel to Nier has been announced. I'm not sure. I never played that game. I know nothing about that, so. It's being made by Platinum Games, I think. So that's Platinum Games' new game. Is a sequel to Nier or something. So there's going to be, since everyone wants to be mobile this year, or going to mobile, which is the wrong idea, Kingdom Hearts is coming out with a new Tomb Raider type mobile game. That's gonna be like official game, so I don't know what that's gonna be like. Same with Kingdom Hearts, it's gonna be a game called Unchained Key, and apparently it's gonna be coming out to. It's already been out in Japan, I think, but it's coming out to North America. It's gonna tie into Kingdom Hearts 3 somehow. So I don't know. I don't know about these mobile games, but I guess we'll see and find out how that goes. Guess we'll see. Star Ocean, Integrity and Faithless. So it's a game coming out to North America. If you like Star Ocean games, never played them, so not really an opinion on there, but looked fun. And last but not least, there's a new studio that they announced called Tokyo RPG Factories, which is going to be basically a committed studio for Square Enix. So I guess it's going to be like a first party type thing that's going to make RPGs, strictly RPGs and not only RPGs. So and they announced their first project, which was called Project Setsa, I don't know how to say that, but it'll be like their first RPG game. It's going to release sometime in 2016, they said. So I guess we're going to get some dedicated RPGs from Square Enix, which should be interesting. Guess hype for that. Hyperino for that, Reno. What's going on in gameplay right now? I think my mouse is dying. I need to like change batteries in or something. But yeah, that's all of E3 right there. That's pretty much everything that I talked about. That's all the best conferences for E3, and that's been everything. That's been Bethesda's, Microsoft, EA's, Ubisoft, Sony's, Nintendo's, and Ubisoft's. So there was another one. It was known as the PC Gaming Conference, although they didn't announce any new games or anything. It was just kind of there. They just kind of talked more about with developers on games they're making and like the PC version of the games, and I was kind of talking about that briefly. Nothing too special there. Nothing. No new announcements or anything. But like, I think AMD and showed off some new gear they're going to bring out soon. New motherboard and stuff like that. But otherwise, nothing really special there, as terms as announcements wise. But they did talk about some gaming stuff, so I don't know. I only watched part of it, and it was just kind of not that interesting to me. So yeah, that's pretty much it. E3 was crazy. There was so much stuff going on during E3. So many videos, so many streams. There was like, you could watch like 8 different kinds of streams. There was a bunch of videos going on all over YouTube, trailers, and everyone's probably seen all of them now by now. But I'll kind of tell what I was doing during the rest of E3 and stuff. So, and then I'll give like I guess I'll give like a top. I'll do it at the end. So normally when I watch E3 at the end, like, because then they do like, they still shows like streams still continue on showing off like the show floor. They have people come onto the streams and talk about the games and have a little like interview things and a whole bunch of things going on. So normally I just keep watching the Twitch stream, because usually like, cause I like watching Man vs. Game, and he usually hosts a bunch of stuff too on the Twitch stream for them, and like Ema Addiction was there and all that cool stuff. So usually I watch the Twitch stream full through, like throughout E3. YouTube did their thing. There was a YouTube stream. I didn't watch too much of that. I don't think I even tuned in at all. There was one time I think the Twitch stream went down. I had to tune in for the YouTube just to catch up on what I was missing. But yeah, so there's like Twitch, and Nintendo had their own live stream where they're the treehouse thing, where they show off their games and they have the people talk about it and play through it. And so like the Nintendo stream's running like all day. There was Twitch stream running all day. There was a PlayStation stream running all day, and there was just like a bunch of different streams. Whatever you really guess who I want to follow or what you want to learn more about, because they did kind of go in small details. I showed actual gameplay for some of these games that they didn't show off during the E3, like the press conferences, because they didn't have time or whatever. So I like that's where I saw the Animal Crossing, the Nintendo 3DS one, like the footage of that where the girl was like, she kind of showed off. She's like, hey, she went to somebody's house and like started like basically redecorating the house for them. She put the person on the island, and then like went to the house, started decorating it, and so those would be like half hour to like an hour long each. And they'd be kind of like rotating through the different games they showed off during E3. Yeah, special guests obviously, and I was kind of bouncing between all of them, all streams as best as I could. But the one I watched majority of my time was actually the GameSpot stream. The reason I watched the GameSpot stream was because there's a internet. I mean, not internet. There's a YouTube channel I follow somewhat pretty closely. Probably one of the closest I watch on YouTube for me at the moment, which is Kind of Funny Games. So the Kind of Funny crew, they're basically made up of Greg Miller, Colin Moriarty, the producer / seducer, and Tim Gretty. So basically, so if you don't know about the Kind of Funny guys, first of all, most of those guys, they all worked at IGN for the longest time. They were there for like years, like 5 years or so, or more. So Greg Miller, he obviously he did some writing on IGN, but he also did a lot of videos. So you probably saw him a lot of videos for IGN, a lot of PlayStation stuff. He hosted a very awesome podcast called Podcast Beyond on IGN. It was amazing. He did a bunch of little small other videos for IGN, but he was almost kind of like the face for IGN, because he was next to like Naomi. Basically, he was probably like the biggest faces you would recognize for IGN at the time, back like a few years ago. And and Colin Moriarty, he worked heavily with IGN as well, but he was just a writer. That's all he did. He was never in front of the video. He was never on the videos, but he wrote a lot of reviews for IGN, and he was pretty awesome, but he was always like behind the scenes. Tim, he was kind of the new guy at IGN. You saw him, he did a bunch of videos too. He was starting to come up on the videos a lot as well, like let Tim host and stuff like that, because he wanted to host a daily fix and stuff like that. And then Nick Scarpino, I don't know if he actually worked at IGN. I think he was just a friend. I don't remember exactly what he did before. I don't remember, but so it's those four guys. And then they, because Greg lived with Colin, they lived together, and they're pretty much best friends. And they were saying, and they're friends with Tim as well. And they were all sitting down talking one day and saying like what would it take to like basically make their own content, because they wanted to make their own content, to make their own videos at home, but IGN wouldn't allow them, obviously, because they were on a contract and they had to make any videos that they made was pretty much for IGN. And they just kind of wanted to do their own thing with their own freedom, because obviously they had to follow the rules of IGN, and what IGN wanted they had to make the video of. So they wanted to have their own little conversations and gameplays and stuff without the restrictions from IGN. So they made a huge leap back in, I think it was beginning of this year, January, where they all quit IGN. They all quit this like really secure job working for IGN, making loads of money, and they basically started their own little thing called Kind of Funny. So it's really awesome. You should go check them out. They talk a lot about PlayStation stuff, that's like my home. PlayStation's my heart and soul. So, but they don't discriminate against like other consoles like Microsoft, obviously Microsoft, and like Nintendo. Nintendo a little bit, because there's a little inner rivalry between Greg and Tim, because Tim's a huge Nintendo fan and Greg's a huge Sony fan. So there's a little rivalry between like Nintendo between those guys, and like Nintendo and Sony. It's kind of funny, but get it? It's kind of funny. So yeah, so they've been working together since then. So they've been active for about 6 months, and they gained enough money right off the beginning even to start like they can live off YouTube right now, and like they have a Patreon. I think they were earning a lot of money, but getting split up between like those 4 guys. So, but it's enough to like they're living off it, and they're going to continue to grow. And yeah, so it's awesome. I love Greg and those guys, and yeah, I fully support those guys. I'm supporting them on Patreon as well, because I'm like, yeah. So that kind of goes back to my original point with GameSpot. They were hosting. GameSpot came up to them and was like, hey, do you want to host, like, we have an extra stage. Do you want to basically host, like, E3 for us? We'll get, like, a bunch of high production, like, high cameras and a little stage for yourself that says, like, GameSpot. They're like, yeah, sure. So they teamed up with GameSpot, and they basically streamed all day and are, like, really hearing about their opinions about games, and I like all their opinions, and they recommend a lot of good games and all that kind of stuff, so I was really happy watching the stream. So that's pretty much what I was doing for E3, is just watching GameSpot's kind of funny stream, and it was great. Alright, so the video is coming out to an end soon. The next video might be back to live commentary, because I think I pretty much talked everything I could about E3, in the sense of what I wanted to talk to. My top 3 games for E3, pretty much still the same, I think. I can go a little bit over because I have to cut out a little bit. So, a lot of highlights, like Doom. Doom looked amazing. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Really hyped for that Doom. Fallout 4, obviously. That's probably like my top game I'm waiting for, since it's coming out in September. Halo 5 looks great. Just trying to quickly look through my Division. Obviously, I'm still really hyped for it. That's like second. Rainbow Siege, I got a little hype from that for E3, so looking forward to that. There's like a whole bunch of different games. So many games. HoloLenses, Plants for Zombies 2, Mirror's Edge, Battlefield, Battlefront, The Crew. Oh no, I don't care about The Crew. Assassin's Creed, maybe. Oh yeah, that new Sony game that coming out. No Man's Sky, obviously. Can't wait for that. And what's that last game called again? Black Ops 3, obviously, of course. Oh yeah, and Horizon Zero Dawn. So that's pretty much it. So top for E3. Next episode, I think, is going to be live commentary back, because I think we go back to it. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. It's been E3 epicness.